Hello everyone, Professor Lohit here. Today we see the lecture number 28. So as it's continuation of the last class, today we see only the test on bitumen, and these tests even holds good for the tar also. And many of these experiments we performed in the lab in last semester. So I go only briefly through each test. Okay. So first test is penetration test. So penetration is why it requires the penetration test for the bitumen is it gives a constraints to the bituminous material varies depending upon several factors such as constituent temperature, okay, and etc. So penetration test is widely used for basically for classifying the bituminous or bitumen into different grades. So penetration test determines the consistency of these material for the purpose of grading them by measuring the depth to the which standard with a standard needle will penetrate vertically under specified conditions of standard load, and for that you have the duration and the temperature. Thus the basic principle of the penetration test is measurement of the penetration of a standard needle into a bitumen sample maintained at 25 degrees Celsius during only for 5 seconds. Clear? And so we have this, for that we have the standard weight of 100 gram. This is how it looks like. So we have the standard needle here at 25 degrees Celsius. A standard weight of 100 gram is going to put it on a needle. So we allow it for 5 seconds freely flow into the bitumen sample. So depend upon its grade, it get into the sample. With the more softer the bitumen, then what happen? Then penetration will be more depth. If the bitumen is more harder in conditions, the penetration will be very large, and that is readed on a dial, whatever the dial, which has the 1 in 10th mm in units. So this penetration, the needle goes depend upon the what softness of the bitumen sample. So this is all about the penetration. So next is viscosity. So in viscosity, let I try to show the picture only. Here we have the cut back bitumen in a beaker which is fitted with the orifice. So what happened here? When you give some temperature or heat to the cut back bitumen, it allows to freely flow through the orifice. And we have a standard collector of 50 cc, or sometimes even we use the 100 cc. So what happened? The flow, the time taken to collect the or fill the 50 cc beaker, that we by that we can get to know that what is the viscosity of the particular sample. In a sense, if it takes to fill the 50 cc beaker only 10 seconds, okay, if another sample it takes 20 seconds, then what is the difference you find? The first sample is more softer in nature, and the second is higher in nature. So even this is test is used for to find the grades of the bitumen, that we called as a viscosity grade. Okay, in penetration also we try to find the classification of the bitumen, and even in a viscosity test we try to find the viscosity grade. So here, as the viscosity grade increases like 10, 20, Vg 20, 10, 30, 40 and all, what it shows that the as the higher the Vg value or 10, 20, 30, it is more thicker in nature. Okay, the more this whatever sample is more thick in nature. The same in penetration value, if it's 30 by 40, it means it's very much hard. If it is 70 by 80 means more softer. If it is 80 by 100 means even it's more softer. Clear? Depend upon these classification, we use the where what temperature we want to construct the or pave the road. So if you want to use, if you want to design the road at a deserts like Rajasthan and all, I required higher grade of VG material or lesser penetration value bitumen sample, because they are hard in nature, it's not get softened for higher temperature. Where if you want to work it in a colder region like J&K, Jammu and Kashmir and all, I required higher grade of penetration value and lesser grade of viscosity grade. You know that viscosity is nothing but resistance to the flow of the any of the liquid. Clear? So let us move for the next test. Next we see the ductility. Again I take to directly for the image. So the ductility test value, it is expressed in centimeter, to which the bitumen specimen of standard size can be stretched before the thread breaks. Like standard Percute test specimen has been of minimum cross section of 10 by 10 mm. The test is conducted at 27 degrees Celsius with a rate of pull 50 mm per minute. Until the stretched specimen, the ductility, whatever the sample is break, that is the end of your test. Okay, I'll show the, this is the how the specimen looks like. Okay, one side it is fixed, another side we are going to pull it. The pulling rate is 50 mm per minute. Okay, and one side is pulling. This is how a sample looks like bitumen. Okay, so this is the one side is fixed, another side is stretching. The moment you find any break or the thin line of the bitumen touching the bottom of the equipment, then that is your end of the experiment. From that you get to know that what's the ductility of the material. And the standard for road work, we expect between 50 centimeter to 75 centimeter. Clear? So what's the necessary to test this is, the ductile film of the binder improves the physical interlocking of the aggregate between the mixes and the traffic load. So the bitumen pavement layer is subjected to repeated deformation and recoveries. If the binder material which is not possess sufficient ductile, what happen? It would crack and permit the surface water to enter into the pavement, and that result in what? Rapid deterioration and failure of the pavement. That's the reason we find the more potholes on the surface of the pavement surface. Clear? So that is the important. Even though you have the good penetration value and VG, it doesn't mean that it will pass the ductile test. No. Okay, even you have a good grade of the bitumen or penetration value of the bitumen, you have to go for the ductile test for mandatory. So you have to get that value in between the 50 centimeter to 75 centimeter, depend upon the class of work. So next we see the softening point. So softening point, here what a small brass ring contain the test sample of the bitumen is suspended in a beaker with a liquid bath. Liquid might be water is used if the bath of the softening point is less than 80 degrees Celsius. Okay, and if you feel that the test sample is very hard, okay, in that sense, if it is going to take the more than 80 degrees Celsius, then glycerin is used for the temperature exceeding 80 degrees Celsius. Okay, a steel bowl is placed upon the bitumen sample and the liquid medium is heated at the rate of 5 degrees Celsius per minute. The temperature at which the softened bitumen touches the metal plate, or whatever the plate placed at a specified distance below the ring, recorded as a softening point of the bitumen. So harder grades of the bitumen possesses the obviously the higher softening point than the softer grade. And for standard paving jobs for the road, we expect the softening point is between 35 to 70 degree Celsius. So here is a diagram to look. So here he can check that. Okay, here you have the brass ring which is filled with a sample. On that you have the steel ball. Okay, on that we have the steel ball. Okay, then what happen when you give the temperature higher, you start heating it, this sample due to its ball on that, it tries to reach the bottom plate. The moment it touches the bottom plate, That is your end of the experiment. So whatever the temperature you note down on a thermometer, or even nowadays you find the digital. So whatever the temperature you find, that you taken as a softening point. Sometimes what happen, there is a difference in touching the bottom plate by the two sample. That time you take the average of the both the temperatures. Clear? So next is specific gravity test. So it is not necessary to explain the specific gravity. You know that either you can perform it by the pycnometer, making the bitumen ball, or you can use the specific gravity bottle. Usually the range for the specific gravity of the bitumen is between 0.97 to 1.02, and for tar it is around 1.10 to 1.25. So next is flash and fire point. So when the bituminous binder is heated continuously about a certain temperature, it starts emitting volatile vapors, and these volatile vapors can momentarily catch the fire, causing a flash, though the binder itself does not catch fire and burn at this temperature. So the temperature at which such behavior occurs is found to be differ for the different types of the grades of the bituminous binders. So this condition is very hazardous, and therefore it is essential to determine the temperature at which the flash and of the fire can occur in each type of the grade of the bituminous. Clear? For that we use the apparatus as Penixin Martin closed cup tester, or even we have the open cup testers. Clear? So in that sample, so it is a line diagram how it looks like. You place the sample here, okay, start heating the bitumen sample. Clear? So every after 15 minutes or whatever the timing, you try to give the fire or a flame to the bitumen sample. If the volatile material is coming up from the bitumen sample, after some increase in some temperature, you find the flash there. Again you started heating continuously the same sample. After some more increase in the temperature, this whatever the bitumen sample catches the fire or flame. Okay, so here you have to note down the both the temperatures. One is flash and fire. So in local work, okay, we know that the what bitumen is heated in a drum or barrel. So the local workers, they don't know at what temperature to stop the heating the bitumen, and then if the temperature of that particular sample bitumen is heated more than to catch the fire, it is very hazardous to who are working around that particular bitumen. In that sense, we have to know the both the flash and fire point of the whichever sample you are going to use for the paving work. And next is loss on heating and the solubility test. The losses of heating is you take about 50 gram of the sample, weighed and heated up to a temperature around 160 degrees Celsius for 5 hours in a some special oven designed for this test. After heating the period, the specimen is cooled and weighed again. Okay, whatever the loss in weight is expressed as a percentage by the weight of original sample. So bitumen which are used for the mix do not indicate more than 1% of the loss. Okay, and if you are having the penetration value is 150 to 200, up to 2% it is valid. Then here is the important is that the reduction of the penetration value should be less than 40% of the original penetration value of the bitumen after heating up to that temperature. That is all about the loss of heating. In solubility test, what you do, you take the pure bitumen, and we know that bitumen is soluble in carbon disulfide and carbon tetrachloride. Hence, an impurity of the bitumen in the form of inert material carbon salts could be quantitatively analyzed by dissolving the sample of the bitumen in any of these solvents. A sample of again 2 gram of bitumen is dissolved in about 100 ml of the solvent, any of the solvent. The solution is filtered and insoluble material is washed and dried and weighed. If the insoluble material is expressed that in percentage by the weight of the original solubility to the test with the carbon tetrachloride or what you can use another solvent as carbon disulfide. So here it is preferable that the insoluble material has to be less than 1%. In the solubility test with the carbon tetrachloride, if the black carbonate residue is over 5.5%, then this bitumen is considered as a cracked. Cracked in the sense it is overheated. The bitumen is overheated there. Clear? So the minimum proportions of the bitumen soluble in carbon disulfide is specified as 99%. Other than this, the spot test is also available and water content test is also available. Clear? So these are the tests. It's very important to remember. In my examination, they might ask you to list the test and explain any two of those. Clear? Thank you for your patience hearing.